The last time I laughed this much was when my grandma fell down the stairs. This will go down in history as one of the greatest trolls of all time. So recently, if you didn't know, Ligma Johnson was trending on Twitter, right? The oldest trick in the book, Ligma balls. Now I just had to click, right? Find out what the hell happened and which poor sucker fell for the oldest trick in the book. Well, it turns out the story is actually legendary, okay? So it all starts with billionaire Elon Musk, you know, founder of Tesla. He just bought Twitter.com, if you heard in the recent news, and he fired the CEOs, a bunch of top executives of Twitter. And basically Elon was saying that he wants a platform for free speech and open discussion, and Twitter was banning a bunch of people for stuff, which is why he fired the CEOs, because he can't trust them to run the site. So I don't want to really get into it, but the main thing you need to know is that people were getting fired, right? So naturally, a bunch of news reporters were sitting outside Twitter headquarters wanting to talk to some of these fired employees. I think this was in San Francisco Market Square, right? And they needed a news story, right? Anyone to interview. I need to get up that article as quickly as possible for them juicy clicks. And generally, the media doesn't really like Elon Musk because he says some sus stuff. So I assume they wanted to rail him a little bit. So they came across these two employees who were recently fired, and we had this reporter who was reporting the whole situation in real time. Okay, I have no idea how to pronounce this name, but this reporter says, it's happening. The entire team of data engineers let go. These are two of them. Hashtag Twitter takeover. Okay, so these are the two employees, right? They are visibly shaken. Daniel tells us he owns a Tesla and doesn't know how he's going to make payments. Okay, so what I forgot to mention is that the two employees actually gave out their names.
R-A-H-U-L.
R-A-H-U-L?
Yeah.
What's your last name, Robert?
L-I-G-M-A.
L-I-G-M-A?
Yeah.
What was your title?
Software engineer.
Software engineer.
Yeah.
So of course, this lovely gentleman over here, his name is Rahul Ligma. And the other one is Daniel Johnson. So now you understand where Ligma Johnson came from. Turns out these two were not actually fired employees of Twitter, and they are just trolls. And they completely succeeded in trolling several news outlets. Now the story gets even better. This reporter is still like confused with what's happening, obviously not familiar with the Ligma meme, and she's trying to verify, are these really Twitter employees? Now the thing is, even after it came out that these are obvious trolls, these guys pretty much refused to admit they were wrong, and they're like, earlier today, we reported on CNBC, by the way, CNBC, amazing news outlet there, that a team of data engineers was let go at Twitter based on the account of two people who told us that they were part of that team. We have not been able to confirm that they were actual employees or that the co has laid off anyone today. Okay, so they still don't admit that they're wrong. They're just like, we haven't been able to confirm it. Clearly, journalistic standards are very high these days. You know, you really need to research into a story before you're able to report on it. Now, you might argue that it's not their fault. They were unfamiliar with the Ligma meme, right? That was their only hint, apparently. But if you look at the actual interview videos, there were so many hints dropped everywhere. These guys were the most blatant trolls on the planet, okay? Anyone with half a brain cell could tell they're trolling.
Speech in his own words. What do you make of that? What do you think Twitter will look like?
I mean, if free speech is, you know, not saying that, you know, trans women shouldn't, you know, use women's locker rooms, then awesome. I guess mission accomplished. We'll see. Listen, I got to touch base with my husband and wife. I got to get out of here, all right? Thank you, guys.
What's your name?
Sorry. Daniel. Thank you.
Your last name? What's your surname?
I just got to touch base with my husband and wife. That's definitely a real person. I mean, I don't blame them, I guess. I mean, that could be a real statement, but let's be real. You got to have some sort of cognitive function before you report on these stories, okay?
The future of celebrity conservatorships, like would Britney happen?
Michelle Obama wouldn't have happened.
Elon Musk Twitter? I don't know.
Elon Musk
Right? This
owned
used to be a
Twitter.
town square.
You know, Obama in
and,
2008 wouldn't have happened
Who laid you out?
without
my
like
director,
an
our
Elon
entire
Musk
team got
owned
laid
Twitter.
off.
You need
Yeah, data engineering.
free speech is when
30 people.
Yeah.
a public company,
Data engineering.
you know, a public owned stock.
Can you just explain
Not like one guy owning a company, you know?
Okay, listen, I'm really trying to give these reporters the benefit of the doubt, but this is just insane. I mean, props to these guys for somehow maintaining a straight face throughout this whole thing. They are just like legendary trolls here, but Yeah, just from the way they talk and the sentences they're speaking, they make absolutely zero sense.
I even own a Tesla, man. Like, I'm a big fan of like clean energy, climate change, even free speech too.
I'm a big fan of green energy, climate change, and free speech too. What kind of absolute AI bots are interviewing these people, bro? I would tell this guy to f off the second he said that, dude. What? You know, I just don't understand how this situation even came to be. Like, they were sitting outside Twitter headquarters waiting for people to exit the building. So somehow these guys must have just been poised in position, ready to answer these interviews because I swear, like, how do you get tricked this bad? I swear they just saw his like skin color and they're like, yeah, he probably works as Twitter as a data engineer. Like, bro.
Software engineer.
How long have you been working here?
3 years. Out of college. It's my first job out of college.
Did they tell you why you were laid off? Did they give a reason?
They said like no reason, but it's just like restructuring or like no specific reason. One person talked. So there was an HR person in the beginning, and then one person, you know, talking. I couldn't see how many people were in the meeting. Yeah.
Interesting. First job out of college, senior data engineer for Twitter. Seems like a first job. I could probably get that as my internship for school. You know, just gonna be honest, I would rather hire Mr. Ligma here than the journalists at CNBC. You know, I'm really glad we live in an age where major news outlets like CNBC do some accurate and precise research into their news stories so that no harmful misinformation is spread to the public. You know, we definitely don't want to get out stories as quickly as possible and make the most amount of money. That would be against our values, you know? We definitely don't want it to just support our side and put it out if it's true or not. We don't really care about anything else, right?
H-U-L.
R-A-H-U-L?
Yeah.
What's your last name?
L-I-G-M-A.
L-I-G-M-A?
Yeah.
What was your title?
Software engineer.
Software engineer.
Yeah.
Were there any non-Twitter personnel, any Tesla personnel that were part of these meetings, like Musk team people?
I mean, a free speech is, you know,
L-I-G-M-A.
L-I-E-G?
R-A-H-U-L.
No, R-I-L.
R-A-H-U-L. Yeah. L-I-G-M-A. Yeah.
He said it 3 times. I feel like these days to be a reporter, you gotta be in tune with the internet because everything goes on the internet, okay? And you never know when you're gonna get duped by one of these Gen Zers over here, you know?
Thank you.
Did you have other members on your team?
Probably. I mean, and a person just walked in my desk and asked.
They busted out the 4K Ultra HD camera attached to the iPhone. We got 5 different angles. We gotta capture Mr. Ligma to the best of our abilities. Now, obviously, Elon Musk loves to battle with the news outlets, so he responds to the whole situation. Ligma Johnson had it coming. Musk has allegedly fired an entire team of Twitter data engineers as laid off employees Rahul Ligma left and Daniel Johnson right are pictured walking out of the San Francisco office on Friday afternoon. Quite ironic that a major news outlet failed to do basic due diligence and fell for a crisis actor prank, resulting in the spread of misinformation on the first day of new ownership. All you had to do was ask to see a badge or look for bird-themed stuff in the boxes. Also, we don't use Zoom. So here we have these 2 guys posting on Twitter saying victory lap. I don't actually know anything about them or like, do they do this for a living? Like, are they actual like pranksters or anything? I didn't really look into them. I'm just happy this is a pretty funny situation. Anyways, we'll miss you at Twitter HQ, Ligma Johnson. I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.